driven by community.
Welcome to Driven by Community, Modo's podcast sharing the stories of our cooperative with our members and our community. I hope this finds you happy and healthy in the new year. We're so thrilled to share our first podcast with you. Today, we have a conversation between our CEO, Sandra Phillips, and our board chair, Ravi Bhosale, talking about what they see as the future of the co-op, our purpose, and breaking down what's coming up. We also have a great conversation demystifying winter tires, one of our most popular fleet accessories. And we're going to be joined there by Kelvin Stokes, our fleet manager. And finally, we have a couple of great recommendations to get you out of the house and exploring some of the great cultural offerings our communities have to offer. So let's get into it.
Good morning. My name is Ravi Bhosale. I am the chair of the Modo board, and I am here with the CEO of Modo, Sandra Phillips. Sandra, good morning, and congratulations on your first year at Modo, and congratulations on launching this podcast. Speaking of podcast, why this podcast, and what are you hoping to get from this conversation?
It's a very good question. I'm actually really glad to be here with you in this little tiny studio here at the VPL. But part of the reason why we want to start the podcast is because there's a lot happening behind the scene of a car share our size, right? We do policy work, fleet decision, tech improvements, electrification. And it's really hard to see and show what we do on a day-to-day. So we open the curtain just a little bit for our members. But I also think, and maybe more importantly, this is a very co-op way of communicating, because our co-op, the relationship with our members is everything. And it's not just, and you know this, it's not just about holding a share. It's really about how do you use the service, what does it mean in your life, how does it impact your life? And that's where the real impact happens. And so how can we tell the stories, and how can we bring these different voices from like our own team to the members, board, into Driven by Community, and share this broader, because I think especially these days connection and community is really everything.
And because our members truly actually own the co-op, growth has always been intentional, aligned with our values, and we're always looking at building something that serves real people, real neighborhoods, and real actual mobility needs. This ties back to something that's important, that's happening right now, or at least will happen by the time this goes live, is one of the reasons why Modo has stayed strong for so long, is because members step ahead, members lead. I have been a member. I've been on the board for 7 years, but I've been a member for 14 years now. I've been a member of this co-op, and the co-op continues to serve its membership because members step up to lead. Our board elections are coming up, so I'm going to put a shameless plug in here and invite eligible Modo Plus members and put their names up for nominations and run for the elections. Beyond elections and nominations, we're here because members continue to show up, members continue to vote, they continue to participate. That hasn't changed. The needs of the membership may have changed, the composition of the membership may have changed, but at the core of it, it is still members who run this co-op. Things have changed, but they've remained the same. I'll throw this back to you here a little bit. What do you think has been the evolution? You've been with Modo for a year as a CEO, but a member for longer, I would imagine, and also you've observed it from the outside in. What do you think has evolved?
I started as a member, just like you, in 2010, so a long time ago, when there was very little technology and very little other option also in the space, right? I've seen car sharing and shared mobility in a lot of different places, like whether that's in Europe, in Australia, South America, or here. And I think Modo laid, I know actually, Modo laid a lot of the groundwork of what makes car sharing possible today, specifically in the city of Vancouver. And for those of the listeners who don't know, Vancouver is still the car share capital of North America.
Yes.
And long before car share was mainstream, Modo was working, and the members, very member driven at the time, Modo was working with cities to change parking rules and create a special car share permit, which is very unique. It's still these days, not every city has, but every other car share that has come in after, Modo has benefited from it. We built technology before there was technology.
Yeah, from the lockbox
Exactly. I moved from the behind the license plate. We've been spearheading electrification efforts, and we're leading the pack when it comes to car share that have mixed fleets and how we're dealing with it. Because we're a cooperative of lots of different members with different backgrounds and different ideas, we've been able to evolve with the world that's been evolving around us. And so that's quite exciting, I think.
Speaking of changing and evolving, I know that we're evolving our social purpose, and I wanted to get a sense of why and what is exciting about the evolution of the social purpose now.
The first thing is just our co-op is a living thing. Our social purpose is a living thing. It's not a reinvention. It's really an evolution of what we had and a sharpening of the language. So where we landed, and I'm just going to give you the statement, and then I'm really curious to hear what you're thinking now that you hear the new statement. We build a sustainable, inclusive future where shared vehicles strengthen communities.
For me, I think the essence hasn't changed. It's still as true as it was since our founding. I think it still remains the same, and I know that the term kind of affordability is not specifically mentioned. Do you wanna talk to the audience here a little bit about that?
Yeah, and so we have we talked about social purpose, and you just mentioned a mission. So I want to. One of the things that happened during this engagement process is we realized that the social purpose statement was starting to carry too much. It's really, to your point, the impact we want to have in the communities. Why I personally, as a Modo member, I'm super proud to be a Modo member. That's the bigger picture, right? And then is what we deliver on an everyday basis, and that's our mission statement. So we help people get to where they need to go, no matter the trip, without the burden of owning a vehicle. And the burden of owning a vehicle, yes, it's the cost, but it's also the maintenance that you need to think about. I worked with Pay by Phone for a while, which is a parking provider, but one thing they had a really good insight in is how much calendaring is going into maintaining and insuring your vehicle and making sure. There's a lot of headaches beyond just the price. And ultimately, from our team, this is table stake. We gotta deliver on that. It's gotta be convenient. It's gotta be, the car needs to be where you need to have it, and it needs to be affordable. That's the first basic thing we need to deliver. And then beyond that, we want to deliver the impact, and that's the aspirational. We keep financial value local. We all know in Vancouver there have been multiple car share that have come and gone because shareholder value somewhere else decided it was no longer relevant, so it keeps it anchored in the local community. And so we will release the impact report on an annual basis to kind of showcase not only the economic impact but also the general impact we have on our communities. And maybe I'm just going to highlight this because maybe our membership doesn't quite know, but we were named finalist in the inaugural Social Purpose Company of the Year award in the category of middle companies, which also shows that outside of Modo, people recognize that it's a lived thing. Yes. We live it every day, and all our decisions are anchored around our social purpose.
Exactly. So I'm super excited to see what comes out in 2026 and beyond for this tiny little co-op, which is on track to become a very, very big co-op.
Now changing lanes.
Hi, my name is Jane. I'm with the marketing team here at Modo, and I'm joined by someone today to help us talk about one of the biggest questions we get every year, which is how do winter tires work at Modo? So I'm very pleased to introduce Kelvin.
Hi there. Hey, my name is Kelvin. I'm the fleet manager at Modo. I've been with Modo since 2012, and I've watched the fleet grow from about 400 to about 1,000 cars.
So lots of winters in that time.
Lots of winters.
Lots of winters. So thank you for joining us, by the way.
Absolutely.
I'm going to start off in the spirit of no bad questions. What is a winter tire?
Oh, that's actually a great question. A A winter tire is a tire that has a rubber compound which is stable at low temperatures. It means that when things get cold out, the rubber maintains its pliability. It's soft, as well as it has a tread pattern that is able to displace water, snow, and is able to get good traction on snow, ice, and heavy rain.
Slippery surfaces.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And how does Modo even get ready for winter?
What we do every year is in August and September, we have the fleet team go to every vehicle in the fleet and record the tread depth of the tires on every car, as well as what type of tires are installed. So what they're looking for is the 3-peak mountain snowflake. That's a designation from the tire manufacturer saying that this has everything necessary to make it a good winter tire.
So that's the logo you see on the wall of the tire?
That's right.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
printed on the side of the tire.
So what's tread depth?
Tread depth. Okay, so tread depth is a measurement of how much tread is remaining on the tire. It's always measured in 30 seconds of an inch. When a tire is brand new, it tends to come with about 30 seconds of an inch of tread. The tire manufacturers recommend that a tire with 30 seconds of an inch or better is great for winter conditions. When it falls below 30 seconds of an inch, not so much the best for winter conditions anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how would a member find a winter tire?
That's a great question. If they open the app, there's a section where you can choose by accessories. This is where you'd find things like an electric car, for instance. Inside of the accessories, there's one that says winter tires. If you choose that, it's going to show you all of the cars that have dedicated winter tires with excellent tread depth.
Okay. And like how many Modos in the fleet?
It's roughly 20%. Very roughly, there are some geographic areas where we will intentionally place more than that. So if you live up at Burnaby Mountain, you're going, wow, it seems like almost all of our cars have winter tires. That's no accident.
Okay, yes. So the fact that they get tons of snow influences.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes,
so.
Kelowna as well. Same
Okay.
thing. Kelowna has a lot of winter tire cars
Okay.
because they need it. The geography requires it.
Yeah, geography demands it. So we do a lot to prepare. I think I've heard you say something like tires are cheap, crashes are expensive.
That's exactly true. Yeah, the cost of tires is inexpensive compared to the cost of crashes. Anything that we can do to prevent a crash, we will always do. It makes better sense for us to equip cars with good quality tires and to replace them early in life to prevent crashes than it is for us to try to eke a little bit more life out of a tire and potentially have a crash.
Yeah, so we're always putting the safety of our members and our vehicles first,
That's
which is
exactly right.
awesome. Are there any other bits of winter wisdom that Fleet would like to impart to members?
There's actually two things that I'd love to mention. So one of them is that the tires that we have that are called, winter tires, those are the very, very best of them. But across the entire fleet, we maintain all tires at a standard that makes that every car we have is legal for use on BC highways. What that means is, if it's October and you're looking to go to Whistler and it's not snowing that day, and there's no chance of it snowing that day, the tires that we have are always legal for use, even in the times of year where winter-equipped tires are necessary. We always meet the 5/30 seconds of an inch M&S or greater designation on across all tires. So that's one thing. The other thing I'd love to say is that when the snow does fall, all of the fleet staff, we got out there with our snow shovels and our salt, and we do everything we can to dig the cars out of the snow. But recognizing it isn't possible for us to get to all 1,000 cars in one night. It just can't be done. If a member happens to own a snow shovel and there are cars that are in front of where they live and they would like to dig cars out, please do so. We will give you a credit for that. We call it the Snow Angels program. All you need to do is snap photos of the car ahead of time.
Okay, before and after. Yeah.
Before and after, yeah. And then email those photos to cleaning@modo.coop. Please include the details about what car it was that you dug out and your member number, and we'll give you credit for that.
Yeah, and you want the car completely clear of snow and able and safe for driving right away.
It has to be cleared of snow and it has to be safe for you to drive or any other member to be able to drive it out.
Okay, yeah. Wasn't there someone who did like 9 last year?
We had somebody that submitted 9 submissions all within, I think, one day. It was them and their teenage son. And I asked them, I was like, wow, 9 submissions. That's amazing. Good work. And they said, yeah, we wanted to be able to earn our winter vacation trip.
Okay, yeah. So A little tip, if you have teenagers at home and you need to get them out of the house,
Go get some exercise.
Go
get
get
paid for it.
yeah. Thank you for so much for joining us, Kelvin. This is really great.
Thank you. This has been great.
Now changing lanes. Hi, I'm Kelly from the Modo marketing team, here to share with you some cultural events happening in our communities. We have 2 great partners gearing up for their festivals, and we highly recommend you check them out. The 2026 Push Festival will run January 22nd to February 8th. For more than 2 decades, the Push International Performing Arts Festival has been BC's signature midwinter cultural event, delivering audacious, innovative, contemporary works of live arts by acclaimed local, national, and international artists. Modo has been a proud partner of Push, supporting their team and artists' transportation needs. Speaking of festivals, the Victoria Film Festival is happening again from February 6th to 15th, 2026. VFF has been the heartbeat of Victoria's film scene, bringing real magic to the city. More than just a film festival, it's a cinematic saga. Check out their program guide and make sure you don't miss out on some incredible movies. Well, that's all, folks. Driven by Community is brought to you in partnership with the Cooperators. Modo members can take full advantage of preferred rates through the Cooperators Member Benefits Program. Just check out the Modo Perks page for more details. Driven by Community was edited by me, Kelly Zhang, and produced by Crystal Chan and Jane Hope. If you have any feedback or suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. Just email podcast@modo.coop. See you in February, and until then, thanks for sharing. We're all better when we act together.